So, do we need human authors? We feel like we do. Feel like AI can't take the place of authors, especially if the book is what we view something that's creative, a creative contribution. Either a work of fiction or work of nonfiction. If we feel like the author has put themselves into the book, that they have poured out as a labor of love, this effort to write a book. Maybe they've woke up early, maybe they've stayed up late, day in, day out, weeks, months, maybe even years. And a robot, AI, doesn't have that, right? It's not that it's a bid for connection between two souls, connection between humans, a connection of an author who's seeking to connect with the readership. AI is just putting things together. So what's the difference? Why would we, let's say, be disappointed if we found out that a book may be well written, maybe the content seemed to be valuable, but if we find out that it wasn't written by an actual person, what do we miss out on? What do we feel like we're missing out on? And so in the emotional realm, we feel like the author is expressing some care and compassion. And there's something beautiful about that. And this is explained in Kabbalah, the deep mysteries according to Jewish tradition. It relates to what's called the Sphira, or the divine channel of Tiferet, which means beauty. But the inner experience, every one of these divine channels has something that's an inner experience, or some type of psychological or soul experience. And that experience is compassion. So when we feel like we are reading a book that is from an author, we're expecting that author has us in mind, has the readership in mind. And where do you see this? You see this in like the teacher-student relationship or parent-child. Anytime that a person is in a position of a giver, then you have a receiver. And you see this actually more and more, that people expect that an author is not just putting a book and having it, sending out that book into the world, but they're also there to create a following, to maybe make workshops. They have a website, they have seminars, they have lectures, they go around speaking. It's not just about book signing, selling copies. There's a connection. There's something else going on here. There's a human connection. There's a soul connection. So it's the creation of a community, ultimately. A community of like-minded people, where you have a teacher and you have students and you have everyone sharing, everyone communicating, everyone sharing. But if you find out, hey, maybe this is a book that was written by AI, then you're not missing only an author that's trying to connect with you, you're also missing the formation of a community of actual people. And so it's you have this thought that maybe we should stamp books with organic. This is a book that humans wrote. And why, to ask ourselves, why is this important? Why do we need to know if something was written by a human or not? And so in the emotive realm, and the feelings and emotions, where this comes down to is that we feel that we want to connect. We have an author, and he's trying to connect with his readership. And us, the reader, seek that connection with those creative individuals that we feel affinity towards. We feel that they're sharing something that resonates with me. They're sharing something, some ideas and thoughts, and even if it's fantasy and science fiction It doesn't make a difference. There's something there that resonates with me. But again, if I find out that that's AI, then I know that there was nothing behind it. When an author writes a book, they're writing their life experience into the book. Even if it's fiction, nonfiction, they're writing their life experience. You can say maybe a textbook or an academic book, but anything that's involving the author's own personal life experience, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, whether it's an autobiography or a book of fantasy, the author has some type of a subtext or a story behind the story, behind how they got these ideas, how they got their inspiration. What gave them the idea to write this character, write this setting, write this scene, write this plot the way that they did? Because ultimately, what's important is the book is just a medium. What's important is the life of the author themselves. And there's something there that resonates with me as a reader, beyond the book itself. But if the book itself was just written by AI, then there's nothing behind that book. So the book is just a means to an end. The book is there as a medium. But what is ultimately the purpose is the creation of communities, of like-minded people, of teachers and students, of authors and readers, people sharing ideas. That's like the real, if you want to understand the real idea behind a book discussion group, is that we're all sharing, we're all seeing that what's really matters is the connection of souls, connection of humans, and ultimately see how we're all connected to God, because we're all here to see and to achieve and to witness in our lives the achievement of our purpose in this world, for the reason for why our soul came down to a body.